had so much fun creating my mythical mixed media maps for my Skillshare class that I had this idea of doing a mythical map sketchbook. So I wanted to create a handmade sketchbook using some of the sketchbook techniques that I really enjoy doing for handmade bookmaking. And then within those pages, I wanted to create miniature maps. So each spread is an ocean with some collaged islands. So taking the ideas so this takes the ideas from my mythical mixed media map class and turns it into a sketchbook format. So here is the process for how I created my mixed media map sketchbook. So at this point, I'm going to start putting together my pages to create my sketchbook. But actually, there's an easier way to do this that I should have done that comes from my mixed media collage sketchbook class that's on Skillshare. So if you haven't checked that one out, check that one out because there's some really great, it's a great class in itself, but it also shows you a little bit easier way to put together your sketchbook. The way that I did this one, I was really trying to get all of the back sides of my watercolor papers to vanish into the folded pages. And so I glued them together. And then I was going to do a perfect binding for the sketchbook binding. But I don't know if it was the glue I used or the humidity or what it was, but I did run into a little bit of trouble actually getting all of the pages to stick together. And if I had just used the process from my mixed media sketchbook class, it would have gone a lot easier. So definitely check that one out if you want to learn another way to construct a sketchbook that's same principles, just you don't have to worry about the binding because the pages adhere to themselves in a really great way. So while I'm waiting for my binding to dry for my sketchbook pages, I'm going to start tearing out some collage materials. I'm looking for interesting papers to create my island and landmass shapes that are the foundation for the starts of my mythical maps. So now the fun can really begin. So what I'm going to do is the inside of each spread of the sketchbook is an ocean. So I deliberately created these blue giant sheets of paper that I then cut down and assembled into the sketchbook. And now I'm using my decorative collage paper that I've made for different reasons and fun art experiments and stuff to begin creating the land masses. So this too is similar to collage being a jumping off inspiration that is done in a different way in the mixed media collage sketchbook class. But here I'm merging that idea with a little bit of more intention in the collage materials that I'm choosing with the map class in mind. So I'm just creating some really interesting collages, very simple. I've got the ocean and now I'm putting the land masses. And then after that, I can build up the landmass details as much as I want to with additional collage. And then I can also add any other mixed media materials that I want to define my map. So I can, create different depths in my ocean, and I can add foliage and symbols from different maps to kind of represent what type of land and ocean these pages represent, and just have a lot of fun stylizing it and playing with it, embellishing it, and really creating some beautiful sketchbook spreads that look really cool as an abstract element, but then also have some nods to map making and the artistry of that. And now I'm going to start going in with the mixed media elements. So I'm going to be using Sharpie, colored pencil. You can paint back into your sketchbook spreads. You can get out your paint markers, fine liners, really anything you have on hand that would add an interesting element to further advance the mixed media collage side of this and define whatever elements of your maps that you want to. I really loved the idea with this particular spread with kind of alluding to things but not being as literal for most of the map, and just really enjoying the play of color and texture and mark making as I kind of built up the idea of these land masses and the water around them. So the original idea for this sketchbook was that I would collage into the spreads and then I would circle back to them to add in the mixed media details. So I could just, like the mixed media sketchbook class, I could just kind of open to a spread and based off that, go for it. So I have some spreads where I've just collaged into it, and those collages are just kind of waiting to be brought to life as mythical maps. And then I have the two spreads that I'm doing in this video where I went straight from the collage into the mixed media details. So however you do it doesn't really matter. I have the option to do both because I still have some spreads where I haven't collaged any additional paper into to define land masses. And it's really fun to kind of let your collage materials inspire you. And then as far as how you tear them and how you glue them and what types of land formations you create, and then use that new composition that you've created with your collaging to inspire the map making elements of it. So I really enjoyed this process for the class that I created on Skillshare, and I am loving this sketchbook as another unique way to have an easy way to kind of get a jump start on creating. Whenever I have some time, I can circle back to it, I can pause it, I can finish a whole spread and move on. I can really spend as much or as little time on these as I want to and just have some fun and kind of do a thematic sketchbook this way. So thanks for checking out my video and seeing how I translated the idea of my mythical map projects to my mythical map sketchbook. If you're watching this over on YouTube, don't forget to give the video a like, subscribe for more videos in the future, and I'll see you next time.